Hi, my name's Rob Montgomery. Welcome to the Smart Film School. Let's look at 10 great things about Lumafusion 2. Lumafusion 2 is a great upgrade. Lumafusion 1.7 was also great. Here's an award-winning project that was edited on Lumafusion. Now I've airdropped it to the iPad over here in Lumafusion 2 so we can demonstrate some of the new features. One of the great new upgrades for Lumafusion 2 is the improved user interface. It's a real joy to use. Nothing's hidden anymore. Everything is right here on the bottom for your main editing tools. Your clip editor, link, detach audio, trimming. There's this nice little hidden gesture here. If you long press on the gear icon, you'll see what all the tools are. So there's the handy built-in tooltip reference right there. Another great feature of the user interface upgrade is the addition of markers. So as you are anywhere in your project, you can add a marker. It's up here under the preview pane. You can add a marker. This is the warmer pool. Warmer is a relative term when you're in Helsinki in February. You can give it a color. And there you go. You can jump between markers, jump between scenes of your film. And if you wanted to delete a marker, you'll see there's a little X there in the marker icon, and now it's gone. One thing you may notice right off the bat with the new Lumafusion 2 is something called a Touchbar or a scrub bar up here, where you can see a graphical representation of your entire video project with these green and blue lines, and the playhead, here's the white vertical line, and you can just touch and scrub anywhere in your movie. You see it at a glance at all times. Also in the preview pane, you'll see that the slip editor tool has been moved there, and you only see that when you've got a clip selected. So I've just selected a clip here, and now the slip editor tool are these two vertical bars with arrows attached going right and left, showing you that on that clip, the raw clip here is about 13 seconds, 9 frames long. And we're showing right now in our movie, we've selected an in and out point that shows these 4 seconds and 11 frames. But if you wanted it to be a different 4 second and 11 frames, you can just grab this and slide it right or left and pick up a different starting point. It won't change the length of the clip. It just slips the footage within that time window. The preview pane has gotten a lot of the attention, and it doesn't stop there. In addition to the touch bar, if you long press on the play icon, you'll get a Jog Shuttle that will allow you to scrub forwards or backwards 1 frame at a second, 5 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. So you can get a lot of fine touch tuning control there with the jog control. Again, it's a little hidden feature there. Long press on the play icon. Oh, here's a little bonus tip. If you swipe left or right on the preview picture, you will advance or go back 1 frame at a time. One of the great new things about Lumafusion 2 is, of course, you can always get a larger preview by double tapping on the preview pane. But now you have the option to also send that picture to an external HDMI display. With this icon, I'm now sending my preview window out to an external monitor. This happens to be an LG 4K ultrafine display. A really great way to work. And when you do that, you'll see that there are additional layout and workspace options for when you are attached to an external monitor. This view particularly gives you the scrub bar now at the top, your timeline, and your shots. This one lets you work on just your shots and your scrub bar. And this one will give you the scrub bar, the timeline, and the preview to your external monitor. Pretty powerful stuff. With Lumafusion 2, we now can have 6 tracks of video, 4K video, and 6 tracks of audio. It's a doubling of the capability. And, I'm demonstrating here on a Generation 1 iPad Pro, and I've had no issues using this. Let me show you why that might be useful. Let's say you're editing a scene here. I've got a project now with many more tracks. I have scored multiple audio tracks. I produced a score using GarageBand. I can now bring those tracks one at a time over using the import from app or send to app from GarageBand. And now I would have a lot more control over the mixing of the audio while I'm editing my video. So that's why I like to have 12 tracks, mainly for video, but also for the overlay and cutaway tracks if you're doing some advanced special effects section in a movie, or if you're making a music video. We like to do a lot of crazy things with music videos, don't we? Now with 12 tracks comes a lot more power, but also a lot more complexity. One of the things that you can do is toggle what's called a track header. The track header icon is new, it's down in the lower left corner. And now for each of those tracks, you can mute it, you can lock it, you can link it, you can disable the preview if it's a video track, and work on just the piece of information, on just the track you want with more focus. Really powerful addition to Lumafusion 2. I want to give you a sneak peek at something that's really profound. And this is actually going to be coming out in a later version of Lumafusion, probably in 2.1. And it's the ability to take your project from Lumafusion to Final Cut using XML Export. What am I talking about? Let me go back to this project of ice swimming, because I did this as a test. So here's ice swimming on Lumafusion. To get it onto my Mac, I just go to the share icon and I can choose XML Project Package. Now you have options for how you want to take the XML file, which is the decision list of your edit, as well as your raw clips. You can airdrop it. That's what I do. I just airdrop it to my Mac Mini, but you can use cloud services. You can use Frame.io. Oh, that's also another supported feature. It's also going to be an in-app purchase coming soon to Lumafusion. So when you do that, wow, now you can take your project, start it in the field, edit it, figure out what's missing, shoot it while you're there, get it scratched together, and then when you want to finish in Final Cut, it's not a big deal. If you'd like to see more tutorials on Lumafusion, check out the information and the link in the description below.